Welcome! If you love animals or if you're a 2-Point Museum fan, I think you're gonna be pretty excited about this. We're gonna be talking about everything we know about the upcoming DLC, Zooseum. Yes! The 2-Point Studios team is working on a DLC that will combine museums and zoos. Let's check out what we know so far, including the first look, screenshots, and some highlights from the first gameplay stream. Okay, so let's begin. First, we're gonna start by taking a look at the first look of the Zooseum DLC. First, I'm gonna let you watch it with the sounds, and then we're gonna come back and check out all the details. So, 3, 2, 1, go!
Announcement. Guests remarking on the strange appearance of the animals are reminded not to throw stones in glass houses. Guests are reminded not to feed the animals. They don't eat cheesy gubbins.
Awesome, so let's dive in. We start with this huge box, and of course, we already saw the teaser. We also had a small teaser of these first few seconds, and you think it's gonna be like a huge animal, and a tiger, a lion. By the roar, you think it's gonna be a lion, but look at this little cutie here inside the box. It's so beautiful and eating its broccoli. I think this one is a mouse, a hamster, but it looks so cute eating the broccoli. And then you can see something is coming, and then you see the tiger. Oh my god, poor thing. But then in the teaser, you can see it over here, and you know that the mouse is right, it's okay, so nothing happened. No mice were harmed during the film of this teaser. So awesome. And then we go to the actual details of the DLC that we know so far. Here, there is a lot of information packed here. You can see this over here. It's like, how cute is this? Just think about this. How much cuter can you get than this? It's so cute. Like, you see the zebra, and you have the 6 zebra, this is called in the new DLC. Instead of stripes, we have zigzags, and that is brilliant. We have the gazelles. I think these will be gazelles. They look like the Dama gazelle or the Thompson's gazelle. Then we also see like the keeper gate over here, and you can see that this habitat is sort of like indoors. Really cute, really awesome. We also see the education board, which really reminds me of the Planet Zoo education board, and I love how they simplified everything. We also have like this the guests taking pictures of the animals, really nice animations. We see the gazelle sleeping, and we see some decorations with the cacti. We're gonna have 5 biomes. One of them is going to be tundra, I think, tropical, and then we're gonna check them out in the teaser. And here we have the new donation bin, which is made of logs and the rope, and that is so cute. Awesome, so let's continue. You can see how this little gazelle is just jumping, but it's like floating. It looks so cute. Look at the little tail. And then we go to the carnivulture. We're gonna see it up close in just a moment, but in the teaser they showed a little bit of the habitat, and we can see the feeders over here, and I think that it's super cute that they have like this little, like the steak and the chicken leg, I think, and then for the carnivores, and then for the herbivores we have some fruits, and you're gonna see it in just a moment. And I think the creativity of the team really shines in this DLC. We also see the haystack and the shelter. The shelter we haven't seen like in the gameplay that they showed us like in the live stream. It's only here in the teaser, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of that in the future when we have more information. I love the carnivulture. They combined the colors, they made it bright, they walk really nice. And we also have breeding, so we're going to have baby carnivultures, which is super nice. We also see some plants over here, and they've added a lot of foliage so we can decorate, and they will have like, they need different like density of foliage inside their habitats. And here we also see another feature, which is terrariums. Terrariums are like super cute. I was asking on the live stream, I actually mentioned this, that I would love to have like insects and reptiles in the game, and they were actually working on this. So thank you so much to the team. We can see this little like, I think these are like grasshoppers, but they actually fly. You can see one flying over here. And here we can see another one, which looks like I think it's a mix of a crab with a scorpion, but with flowers on top. It's just super cute. And here, of course, the centerpiece is the child, which is in the dome, having fun looking at the little critters. And you can see that this is like I think this will be where they walk in and then they pop up on the dome. Really nice. You can see that this one is like moving its wings. And we can see all the cacti. And overall, the concept of the terrarium, I think is really nice. We're going to be able to play the first act for free on November 25th. And here you can see a preview of the map that we're going to have. They also, on the live stream, they showed us a little bit of that behind the scenes process of how they designed the maps from the prototype to the final map. And it was super nice to see that creative process. And this one, please, please, please don't tell me that this is not inspired by the elephant graveyard in The Lion King. I love it because it really brings me so much memories. The Lion King and Lion King 2 are my favorite movies of Disney of all times. So this one brought back so many memories. We have the volcano over here. We have the giant snail, and that is a teaser that we will have snails. And we're going to cover what we're going to have for free on November 25th as well. And you can see the little turtle, but the tortoise. And we can see a little tortoise here, and it's carrying like its own vegetables that is growing over here. I'm really looking forward to learning more about the concept of this one, but I think it's so cute. I usually tend to like realistic animals, at least in Planet Zoo. The more realistic they look, the more I like them. But in this case, since the team is actually like adding the twist of the 2 Point Studios with all the funny things and their humor, the uniqueness, I do think they did an absolutely brilliant job on this so far based on what we've seen. We can also see here the feeder for the herbivores. The herbivores, they have like these little fruits, and I love that they look like the cereal dispensers from the hotels, from the where you go and pick up your food for breakfast, where the cereal is there. It's so beautiful. You have the logs, you have the gas as well, and I love the education boards. Then we also see the little capybara, which is just waking up, wakey, super cute. It's moving its ears. I love all the little like animations that they've included. And this scene is just packed with details. Packed with details. So let's try to find the most what we can over here. We have a new ticket booth. It's a safari themed ticket booth. They also showed that on the live stream. Here we can see decorations with logs, new plants. I think these ones are new. We have new like decorations, like I think they look like statues, like the capybara. We have a snake. We have new signs, and this one is so cute. It's like a map, the map that you would usually see in a zoo. Super nice. We also see like this little arrow with the sign hanging from the roof. And I love that they're also like including the concept of the roof, because usually we don't have a roof in the museum, but we can also like they did a brilliant job like fading the sound once it reaches the roof. Really nice detail. We have this new arch. I had not seen this new arch. This is actually the first time I see it. There are so many details here that it can take you a while to see all the details. We have the new cacti. This one is sort of like an interactive exhibit for the kids, like a playground. We see new kiosks. They will come for free in the taster. One for drinks and one for like hot dogs, I think. Yeah, I think this sign is a hot dog. We see new benches. We also see the terrariums. They have different sizes. We have small, medium, and large, I think. And we saw the small one on the stream. This one should be large. I'm not sure if we have a medium one, but I think we should. I think they mentioned different sizes in plural. And then we have this little like donation bin. And let's see what else we can find. I think, and here we have the little like glowing mushrooms and flowers. I think this is for nocturnal critters. We have over here like a little exhibit, but it's nocturnal, it's dark there. We're gonna see it better in another shot. So let's continue, and we see that this is coming on December 2nd for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X Series. It's coming to Nintendo Switch 2 early 2026. This is the first look that they shared, but now let's jump to the screenshots on Steam. Then we're gonna have some highlights from the stream. Okay, so over here we have the screenshots that they shared on Steam, which are different and they're unique. If you want, you can check them out. It's on their Steam site where you can wishlist the expansion pack. Of course, I already wishlisted it. And just look at this. Just look at the little panda. I think they did an awesome job, like keeping the integrity of the animal, like the overall sense or the feeling of the animal, the structure of the animal, but they added their unique touch that looks so good. It's so tasteful, like adding these heart eyes, and the little baby has like a star. You're gonna see it at the end of this slideshow with the screenshots. Has like little stars that when they talked about this out of context, I think that this was when they mentioned the Kiss makeup, and I do think it looks like the Kiss makeup. So they did it so tastefully, keeping the integrity of the animal, and I think that was the trickiest part of this DLC. Getting someone who loves animal to actually accept this twist that they've added. And now we go to the little frog. Well, it's actually not a frog, it's a toad. Okay, toad. Correction, toad. This little toad is just super cute. It has a little belly, and you can see the belly moving, like it's breathing. The animations are so cute, and we're gonna see it up close when we reach the live stream highlights, but you can see it in different like animations. This one looks like me on a Sunday morning, I don't know. And this one is scratching its little back. It's so beautiful. And the terrarium itself is so beautifully designed. I love all the plants and the rocks and the textures. It's like, oh, and this one over here is just sleeping, on its back. Really nice. I had not seen that one. There are so many details to unpack here. And here we can see another air shot. This is like what we saw previously, but from a different angle. And here we can see the nocturnal critters. I do think that this is something nocturnal because they are on a nocturnal. Maybe now we're gonna have a way to create a dark room or something like this. Because you can see this is way darker than the usual lighting in the museum. And here we can see the education board. We can see like these little glowing decorations. And here I think it's something that is flying. So it might be an insect, but it looks so nice. So nice. We see other signs over here, and here we can see the interactive exhibit. I bet this is an interactive exhibit for the kids. I love how they always include something for the kids to do, and they always have like those cute little animations that make the museum actually feel alive. And I love just watching the museum from at like eye level. That's when the museum comes to life. Here we can see the new experts, which are wildlife experts. They keep the animals safe, they heal them, they also like clean. You can see that here we have some poop. Yep, they do poop, unfortunately, but it's part of life. It's part of life. We do have to clean the poop. Awesome. So here we can see other plants, and we can see the kiosks from the front. Here we have the drinks, and we also have the hot dogs for food. I love that they're adding new kiosks. I love the coffee stand. I would love to have more variety on that. And we also see, I think this will be another decoration, the vines as well. There's just so much to see here. So every time I find something new, like these little rocks, really nice. Over here we see another terrarium. Well, we saw that one before, but we see it from a different perspective. Now we see this one is actually curious, and I'm curious to see it in the game, what it will do or what it's for, or if it's just there. It's a rock with a face, I think. So a rock with a face, well, it has personality, we have to admit it. So maybe we're going to adopt it, who knows? We see, let me check. This one is flying, so we do know that it's flying. And here we can see like the school trip. We're gonna have school trips to the Zooseum as well. Really awesome. I love the school trips, although I'm always nervous that kids are going to like break something in the museum. So I always have to have these guys close by. And here I think we reached one of the cutest parts of this showcase is the kids' playground. I love that they're adding more to the kids' playground, and they can be outside, they can be playing. There are so many cute little details. You can see this is inspired by the toad, I think. It's really cute, the little eyes, and it's recolorable. We have this post. We have this, like the flower bed. I think this is what it's called. Not sure if this is the right word, like the flower pot, maybe. This one, it has a pattern like a giraffe. This one is more like generic, but I like it. And this one is like super cute. This one, it looks like the plushie that they've added to the gift shop. Yes, we have new gift shop items as well. And we have these flowers over here. I think they might be new. And here we have the little paws. And take a look at this detail. They added the general paws that we usually see, like the shape of a paw. But they also added these ones, which are look more like lizards. And these ones, which are more like the gazelle hoofs, like the hoof stock. And I love that they added that variety, not just like the cute little standard paws, just as a way to describe it, the standard paw. So when you think of a paw, this is what you think about. But these ones are so cute as well. And we also see these new playground items. We see the snake, which looks like it's just eaten something. And transforming that into a slide is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And we can see that the parent is waiting for the kid to slide down. And it's just super nice to see that animation. And here we also see like a ride for the kids to enjoy. Really nice. Here we also see another animal that I'm not sure what it might be. It's hidden behind the log. So I'm so looking forward to this, to seeing what it might be. We see the new wallpaper as well. And we see the little rocks and logs. So I think we've covered most of what we have in this image. So we can continue. Here we have the little capybara. So beautiful, so cute. They confirmed that capybaras will be able to cohabitate with everyone, and they will be comfortable in every biome. So they will be super versatile. And here we can see new, I think these are dandelions. And now we see we see actually two new things, two new important things in the screenshot. Take a look at this. Yes, I'm going to zoom in. Don't worry, I'm going to zoom in. Yes, it is a giraffe. It is a neck. And the neck is a spring. It looks like a spring. And it's amazing. They implemented it in a brilliant way that will make you laugh really hard. I promise you. I'm a Planet Zoo fan. I love realistic animals, but the way they've incorporated all of this is just amazing. And another super cute thing is the little kids' onesies. They have onesies, but they are zebra onesies. We're gonna take a look at them in the next screenshot. Let me go to the next screenshot. And yes, here you can see the little onesies. My heart melted when I saw this. Really, it melted. Literally, it became like a grape, a dry grape, because it's so cute. I have no other words to describe it. Cute, adorable, amazing. I don't know how to describe it, but I would love to have this onesie, and if possible, more onesies, maybe a cheetah onesie, maybe a lizard onesie. I love onesies, and I think they chose the perfect animal for this one. If we could have more, please, team, that would be awesome. And I also love the plushies here. Oh, that gives me an idea of what the animal in the last screenshot could be. This one has a tail. So it might be the one that we were seeing in the previous screenshot. This is the plushie that we're gonna get for the gift shop. Super cute. We also see a spoiler that we're going to have a penguin. The rockhopper penguin, apparently, and that will be super cute. I think it has a microphone. It's so cute, so cute. We saw it in a sticker that I'm going to show you in just a moment. And here we can see some spoiler. We also have like this warthog, I think, but it's like covered in rock or in gold pieces. We see the carnivulture, the little hamster, the turtle, and we see the penguin. So we're selling new posters. And we also have this new shelf, which has like the... Oh, look at this. I haven't seen this one. It's like the binoculars. It's like the binoculars. It's so super cute, super nice. We also see like the zebra. You can see the head and the tail here with all the books. I can't imagine the creative process that goes into this. It must take them like a lot of time to come up with these brilliant ideas and refine them, but it's so good. And here we see the map. I love that it's so colorful. Like I said, the elephant graveyard brings so much memories, so many memories. We have the snail, and we have different locations here on the map. but it's a large map. Apparently, what they showed us is really large, so we're gonna have many points of interest. And here we have another air view. Let's see if we can find anything. We can see the top of the new shelf, which is like a tiger. We see new decorations. We see new wallpapers. Look at this one, which is like a mountainous landscape. And here you can see the new room. We're gonna have a wildlife welfare room. I think that's what it's called. It's where you're gonna put the animals over here and they're gonna go into the machine and the experts are gonna heal them when they are sick. I'm gonna show that room in just a moment in more detail. You're gonna see that. Awesome, and here we have another animal. I think this one is like a fox or a wolf. It's something in between. It's from the Arctic. We can see that it's in the Arctic biome. Maybe it's an Arctic fox. I'm not sure, but it looks so nice. And here we can see the feeder and the guest. This one is for the Arctic, and this one is another Arctic animal that is just super cute. I had to show you this with zoom because it's like, how can you describe this? It's super cute. It flies. Look at the little eyes. It looks like an insect, but I think the inspiration here was a reindeer. It has like the little reindeer look to them, and I love it. We have the terrarium. We also see like the wallpaper for the tundra, and we see the glowing mushroom decorations. Here we also see what they shared for the release date reveal and gameplay first look. We have another important element over here. Super cute, super important, super adorable. Just look at this, look at this. I'm trying to zoom in. Look at the baby. Look at the cute little baby. My heart is overloading with cuteness at this point, really. Look at the panda. It has stars around its eyes. Its mother has hearts. So cute, so nicely implemented. And here we also see another teaser of another animal that you may like, and this one is definitely my runner-up at this point for my favorite animal in the pack. The little snail carrying its own house, and you're gonna see it in just a moment. It's so cute. Awesome. So now these are the screenshots that we had on Steam. So we can go to the stream highlights. These are moments that I selected from the stream and took some screenshots so I can show them to you and you can have all the important details. These are the moments that I thought were the most important. The team started by showing us the behind the scene process of how they design the maps. And we ended up looking at one of the prototypes for the current map. You can see that it's very detailed, it's quite large, and it will have many points of interest. So it was really nice to hear from the senior to the artist of the studio how they developed these maps. People were very happy that it was a colorful map. I do agree with that. I do think it looks so nice. And now we see some stickers. Stickers for the little frog that you saw, for the hamster with the broccoli, and here we can see the little cutie. I promise you that I'm going to show you the little cutie in just a moment. And here we see the rock hopper penguin. I'm so looking forward to seeing this in the game. It has a microphone. What else can I say? It has a microphone. It's a rock hopper penguin. What more can I say? It's so nice. I'm so looking forward to it. Now we see in the live stream the first animal they caught was a snake bite snake. Early adventurers of the jungle were falling sick with what appeared to be snake bites. It turned out to be sneaky snakes in the undergrowth, and so they got their names. Super nice, super cute. And then we got to see this one, the animal welfare room. You will put the animal over here, you will just click on it and move it here. The animal will be over here, they will enter the machine, and you can see all the little details they added, like the syringe, the heart, the bone. I love the little paw button. And here you can see the computer, and the computer has ears. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the computer has ears, and the computer has post-its, and the computer has something that looks like bandages. And it's just amazing that they went that extra mile of adding those details. Here you can see the small terrarium. They bought it initially for the snake, and then the poor snake passed away. Yes, the poor snake passed away. They even went that way, and you have this little snake in a box with a skull. It was very sad. Rest in peace. Yes, you can rename. Yes, that was the name of the snake. You can rename you can assign names to your animals and customize them. And the little thing just died. Poor thing. Why? Because during the stream, they didn't choose the right biome. You're going to be able to switch the biome of the terrarium, and you're going to have to monitor enclosure hygiene as well, from filthy, dirty, and clean. The enclosure will also have a capacity, the terrarium, and it's going to have perks as well. You can also see the health of your animals over there. This one already died. Also important, each animal is going to have traits, and it's going to have requirements. You're going to see the cause of death as well. Here we can see poor biome rating. And it's going to have a favorite wildlife expert. This is another management feature that I absolutely love. The animal is going to have a favorite expert. So that's something that we're going to have to consider in the logistics. And here, I promised you, it's the cabin snail. I think this one is definitely on my top. The top of my list for the cutest animal in the pack. Really, the cutest animal, I think. This creature's remarkable shell allows them to thrive across the Isle's diverse climates. You're always at home when you move with the chimney. So cute! You can see that the snail actually has like the curvy shell, but it has the window over here and the chimney. And look at the eyes, it's so cute. I can't wait to have them in the game, really. Can't wait. We see the plushies again. And we see the carny vulture, which you already saw, but this is an up-close image. You also see the spineless toad. Super nice. It's commonly seen, so we're going to have a lot of spineless toads probably. It's mortal, so most of the animals they showed are mortal. So maybe there is one that is immortal, who knows? And here we have the spyglass giraffe. The retractable neck of this high horse is used for reaching food and looking over hills to see if there's any more food. So we know that they like to eat. So cute, you can see it. I love how the eyes are like pointing in different directions as well. So it looks different, it looks unique, so to speak. And the neck is super cute. And here we also have another thing called the far-flung flu. This is an illness caused by a poor environment on the far-flung islands. It's treatable in the wildlife welfare room. Some animals are going to get sick and you're going to have to treat them in that room. And here you can see that this little giraffe may at some point need a chiropractor, I think, because the poor thing just kind of keeps like moving its neck, and it's so cute, so adorable, so unique. You're going to see it, and when you see that animation, please think of this because you're gonna laugh really badly. And here we also see the sixth zebra. This creature's unusual pattern confuses predators by meddling with their depth perception. Are they far away or just really, really small? Here we see the zebra with the giraffe. Both in the same habitat, they can cohabitate with other species depending on the biome and depending on their preferences. And here you can see that the habitat will also have a decoration density. Open, sparse, and dense. You can also choose the biome, and the animals will have preferences for the different decoration densities. Some animals will like to have more foliage or less foliage. We have a new helicopter, which looks like an animal. How cute. Look at the little leg here, like the leg with a foot. And we also see this one, which looks like a tongue. And this one is like the ears, and they managed to capture the essence of the animal and turn it into a helicopter. What more can I say? The creativity of this team is just out of this world. And we've talked about everything that we can have within the museum, but we haven't talked about the museum itself. This is the new location, Silver Bottom Park, the wildlife. Take charge of a stately home and offer sanctuary to wildlife from far-flung isles. Just look at this and take it all in because it's really nice. It's beautiful. It captures the details of the architecture while still keeping things simple. And I think this is probably one of the most beautiful locations they've created so far, really. This is what you will see when you start the level, when you go into the museum. You have this area for building initially, and maybe this will be like expandable area where we can build. We have a lot of room outdoor for the habitats as well. And here you can see like these little areas between the decorations in the rooms. So I really think we're gonna have a lot of fun in this location. Again, we can see the animal welfare room. I just wanted to show you this, and I think this screen will really bring you a lot of memories if you ever used a Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi, I think that was how you would pronounce it in English. Tamagotchi. You're gonna remember that when you see the screen. It's super cute. Yes, this one over here. This really, really reminds me of the Tamagotchi, and it brought so many memories. I used to have 2 of them, and they would like travel to visit each other. It was so cute. This is the information that the 2-point team shared on the forums with frequently asked questions. Hey curators, or should we say keepers. We can't thank you enough for such a roarsome reception to Zooseum. Thank you for being such a lovely, genuine bunch. We have so much appreciation for each one of you awesome curators. Thank you so much for both supporting our studio and being here in the community along on this ride with us. Now, it's time to clear up some of the finer details for 2-point Zooseum. If anything is missing here, please don't be scared to ask. We'll try to be as transparent as possible without spoilers, of course. So this DLC is our second paid DLC for 2-point Museum, a larger, longer DLC pack with 100% more lions. 2-point Museum Zooseum includes a new museum location, which we saw, to establish in the beautiful Silver Bottom Park, a new wildlife expert type, an unexplored expedition map to discover, the far-flung isles, the map that we saw that was colorful with the elephant graveyard. 40 plus wildlife exhibits to rescue. I saw in somewhere, I think I saw or read that there were like 20 animals for the terrariums, or 20 plus, and 20 plus animals for the habitats, featuring both habitat and terrarium animals, big and small. A new 5-star campaign, new adorable gift shop items, new workshop items including interactive displays, new themed items, useful utility and wildlife decorations, 2 new animal-related rooms, habitat and wildlife welfare. This will be on PC, Epic Steam including SteamOS, Windows, Mac, Linux, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in the first quarter of 2026. Later on in the frequently asked questions at the end, they apologize because apparently there seems to be a delay in winter, which makes the updates a little bit slower. You can see more about the Nintendo Switch release here. They say, we're sorry for the Nintendo Switch 2 players for the delay. The winter season is hectic for the platform, which unfortunately means the lead time for submitting updates for manual approval is much longer than usual. They will share more details about the full release date and the free taster content for Switch 2 as soon as possible. Thank you for understanding, they say. Okay, so how much is it? It's £9.99, €10.99, $10.99. It's priced slightly higher than Fantasy Finds, which was a smaller piece of content as an Expedition Map Pack DLC. This DLC includes more content, including a whole 5-act story campaign and a new level. Once Museum releases, you can grab a 10% early adopters bonus for exactly 1 week after launch, so if you get the expansion pack in the first week, you can get a 10% discount. And what time does it launch? It will launch on December 2nd at around 15 GMT. When can I play Zooseum in the museum journey? The Zooseum campaign unlocks during your museum career after completing the first star of Memento Mile, the first city location. So after you complete the first city location, you will unlock the new Zooseum. The content is also available in sandbox mode from the beginning of the game. I love sandbox mode as well. Right now I'm on the campaign, I'm on a series. If you want, you can check it out on the channel. It's not narrated, it's with relaxing gameplay. So you can watch it and just relax with the in-game sounds. Check out the series for some relaxing gameplay. And what about a new museum level or location? A brand new location, Silver Bottom Park, is included with Zooseum. All players will have access to this new location, alongside the first start of its campaign, for free, as part of the base game DLC taster content. What about the free content in the game? We will continue supporting free updates for 2-point Museum. Our next major update, version 7.0, is due soon and includes quality of life improvements, bug fixes, and optimizations. For Zooseum, all players can play up to the first 3 points of interest on the new expedition map, without purchasing the DLC. So even if you don't purchase this DLC, you're going to access the 3 points of interest, the first 3 points on the new expedition map. That includes the new Silver Bottom Park Museum location with its campaign up until the first star. I think it's awesome that they're doing this, giving you like the free taster content. And if you like it, you can go and purchase the DLC, but they're also adding like the free content to the base game. You can also hire new wildlife experts and complete the first few stages of the new Enlightenment track to unlock new decor and interactive displays. Everything from the first 3 points of interest will be included in the base game. It's not a demo, so you keep everything to you uncover or unlock. This free taster alongside Update 7.0 will be available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series on the 25th of November. So the free taster comes on the 25th, and then the DLC comes on December 2nd. We just have to wait a few days, guys. We can do it. We can do it. I know we all want to have these little babies right now, but I think we can wait for a few days. And I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be hard waiting, but I do think we can get there. Details about the free taster content for the Nintendo Switch 2 will be shared as soon as possible. And here we can see like a true like confirmation of what will be in the free taster content. We have the far-flung aisles, the first 3 points of interest, 7 exhibits, so we will have 7 animals, gift shop items, wildlife expert, a new museum up to the first star, 7 wildlife decor items, 3 wildlife workshop items, and 2 new kiosks. That was for the hot dog and the drinks. Are there new achievements trophies? Yes, Zooseum will include 5 new achievements to earn. And we already talked about the Nintendo Switch 2 release. Awesome, so now I'm going to be playing here the trailer. I'm going to say that I'm super excited about this DLC. As a 2 Point Museum fan and a Planet Zoo fan, I think this DLC combines the best of both of them. So I'm looking forward to seeing more animal gameplay. I think this is something that the world needs more, like focus on conservation, learning more about animals, and like actually like taking care of these animals will make the game even more awesome than it already is. I absolutely loved the first DLC with the fantasy finds. I think that one was brilliant, but I do think that this one is even more brilliant with all the interactivity and actually choosing to make the animals alive in the museum. I was hoping that they would do this, like making the animals actually be alive. I do think that they went to the cutest and the best route possible with this idea and DLC. And to end, I do hope that this will lead them to create a 2 Point Zoo at some point, because I do think that this would be so cute. They might start with a base roster of animals and they can expand. They have so many ideas that I know if they create a 2 Point Zoo, that will be awesome as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Looking forward to it.